Africa is home to more than 1.4 billion people. It has some of the world's largest reserves of oil, minerals, agricultural land, and natural resources. Yet for decades, many African countries depended heavily on importing products they could produce themselves. One businessman saw this problem as the greatest opportunity of his lifetime. His name is Aliko Dangote. Today, he is recognized as one of Africa's most successful entrepreneurs, a man who transformed a small trading company into one of the continent's largest industrial groups. But his journey was not built overnight. It was built through decades of risk-taking, patience, and a belief that Africa could create its own industrial giants. This is the story of how Aliko Dangote built an empire. Aliko Dangote was born on April 10, 1957, in Kano, Nigeria. He grew up in a business-oriented family. His grandfather, Sanusi Dantata, was one of the wealthiest traders in West Africa at the time. Growing up around business exposed Dangote to something many young people never experience: the importance of trade, relationships, and understanding customers. Even as a child, he showed an entrepreneurial mindset. He reportedly bought sweets with his pocket money and sold them to classmates. It was a small business, but the lesson was powerful. Find something people want, provide it, and create value. This simple principle would later become the foundation of his empire. After completing his education in Egypt, Dangote returned to Nigeria with ambition. In 1977, at only 21 years old, he started the company that would become the Dangote Group. At the beginning, it was not a manufacturing giant, it was a trading company. The business focused on importing essential commodities such as rice, cement, sugar, and other products that Nigerians needed every day. Dangote understood something important. Basic goods create reliable demand. People may reduce spending on luxury items, but they still need food, construction materials, and household products. The business grew rapidly because it focused on products connected to everyday life. For many entrepreneurs, trading is the final destination. Buy products, sell products, make a profit. But Dangote had a bigger vision. He realized that importing products created dependence on foreign suppliers. Nigeria had a growing population and a huge demand, but many essential products were still produced elsewhere. Dangote asked a different question. What if Africa could produce these products itself? This question changed his entire strategy. Instead of remaining a middleman, he decided to become a manufacturer. It was a risky move. Manufacturing requires billions in investment, advanced technology, skilled workers, and years before seeing returns. But Dangote believed that controlling production would create a stronger and more valuable business. The cement industry became the foundation of Dangote's industrial success. Cement is one of the most important materials in economic development. Every road, apartment, school, hospital, and commercial building requires cement. Dangote invested heavily in cement production and expanded manufacturing capacity. The strategy was simple: produce a massive scale, reduce costs, serve millions of customers. Dangote Cement grew into one of Africa's largest cement producers. The company expanded into several African countries, helping transform Dangote from a Nigerian businessman into a continental industrial leader. One of Dangote's greatest business advantages was understanding scale. Many businesses remain small because they focus only on one location. Dangote thought differently. Africa was not one market. It was dozens of markets with hundreds of millions of customers. By building large factories and distribution networks, Dangote created businesses capable of serving entire regions. This approach allowed him to compete with international companies. His lesson: a great business does not only sell its products, it builds systems. After cement, the Dangote Group expanded into other industries. The company became involved in products such as sugar, salt, flour, consumer goods, energy. The goal was always the same: provide essential products to a growing African population. Dangote focused on industries where demand would continue growing for decades. Instead of chasing temporary trends, he invested in businesses connected to long-term needs. Perhaps the biggest gamble of Dangote's career was the construction of the Dangote oil refinery. Nigeria is one of the world's major oil-producing countries. However, for years, The country imported much of its refined petroleum products. Dangote saw an opportunity. Why should an oil-producing nation depend on imported fuel? He invested billions of dollars into building a massive refinery designed to process crude oil locally. The project represented his biggest philosophy. Africa should not only export raw materials, Africa should create finished products. Behind the companies and billions of dollars was a specific mindset. Dangote focused on patience. Many entrepreneurs want quick success, but building factories and industry takes years. He focused on industries where he believed demand would exist for generations. He also focused on reinvesting. Instead of taking all profits out of the business, he used capital to expand. This created a cycle. More factories, more production, more customers, more growth. There are several lessons from Dangote's journey. 1. Start where you can. Dangote did not start with factories. He started with trading. Small beginnings can become large companies. 2. Solve real problems. His business focused on products people need every day. 3. Control your